one thing that's really going to start hammering that home and keeping you on track with that positive direction is a thing called gratitude. Focus on being grateful for what you have. If you don't show gratitude for your position now, you won't progress as far as you want to progress. Gratitude really helps you stay on the path. I find, in my personal experience, it really hammers home the fact that you're still on the path and you're going to keep progressing. Even if you're like a million miles away from achieving your goal, the fact that you've made 3 steps from where you started, if you can be grateful for those 3 steps, the 4th one and the 5th one becomes a little bit easier. Yes, you're still 200 steps away from your goal, but you're 5 steps closer. You know, things like meditation, or just I think Tony Robbins talks about, by just taking 5 minutes every day to be grateful for how far you have come, and the fact that you have overcome 1 hurdle, or you've taken 5 steps, being grateful for that, genuinely grateful that you've taken those 5 steps, really hammers home the fact that you have made progress and that you can keep going. Keeps you focused on the fact I've just got to keep plugging away and I'm going to make more progress. It's so easy to see that you're still 200 steps away from your goal, and it's so easy to forget that you're 5 steps from where you came.
What does that mean? How does one do that?
Okay, so like an example for me, I've got a list on my fridge of things that I'm grateful for in my life. Just some basic things like I've got a house to live in, I've got a job, I've got a band. Bought that Flying V guitar at the beginning of this year. That was a goal that I set myself, to buy that guitar, and I achieved that goal. And as soon as I achieved that goal, I wrote that guitar on my list of things I was grateful to have, because that shows progress. Even just that one thing on my list, every morning I look at that list on my fridge and go, I'm so grateful that I achieved that. Like, I'm thankful to past me for working on my finances enough to be able to afford to buy that guitar.
Being grateful is seeing the fact that you used to be back there, but now you're up here. Look at all the things I've done. Look at what I'm responsible for.
Even if it's only 1 or 2, like
bringing into my life.
Even if you've only taken 2 steps, and you're still 200 away from where you are, be grateful and thankful for those 2 steps.
And that's because usually at the start of it, you're probably seeing it as such a big thing, and it's like, wow, I've already chipped away so much.
Yeah.
So just being able to look back and reflect on the gap that you've created
from where you were to where you are now.
Yeah.
Do you have a list? Do you do meditation? Do you sit down and think for 5 minutes every day about, you know what, I've got this stuff in my life, it's pretty good, and sure, I'm not where I want to be. I'm a million miles from where I want to be, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to keep plugging away because I've got this much stuff. And if you haven't got all of those things, I encourage you to try and write a list of a couple of things that you're grateful for. Put it on your fridge, and tomorrow morning when you wake up, look at the list and just be grateful. Just think about those things that you wrote on your list and be like, you know what, I've got those things. And then think about what it is the next thing that you're going to try and add to that list. I want to achieve this. I want to get that, improve my life in this way. And then try and work towards putting another thing on that list of gratitude. That's exactly what I'm doing, and it's exactly how I've made the progress that I've made.
Yeah. And I think what that will do is help to train your mind to see the progress that you've made as opposed to the mission that's in front of you.
Yes,
because you need to be able to use the momentum that you've built from moving forward to continue to overcome bigger and better challenges. We're always going to be working forwards. And so if we can say, wow, look at all these things we've done, now we're so strong and powerful, bring on the bigger mountain to climb, and I'm going to take that one down as well, it'll help us to see how easy it is to overcome this little thing or this big thing, because look at all the strength we've built up over time.
That's right. The more things you can be grateful for, it builds momentum, and you can take on bigger and bigger tasks over time.
Yeah.
You know, but equally, if you don't look at your mountain as a mountain is really just a shitload of little rocks.
Yeah.
Right? It's a big pile
you break it
of
down,
lots of little rocks. So just don't worry about the mountain. Just take one little rock and move that to where you want it to be.
Yeah.
And then go back and grab another little rock and move that. And every time you move 3 rocks, look at your little pile of rocks getting a bit bigger and be like, hey, it's working. And then just go back and move another rock. And be like, you know what? It got a little bit bigger again. I'm really happy that this thing is growing and that thing doesn't look like it's shrinking at all. But the fact that my mountain over here is growing tells me that it must be shrinking. And that can keep you on the path. You know, it can keep you progressing. So if you actually sit down and try and write a list of shit you're grateful for, you'll be surprised at how many things are on there.
There's a few different ways that people do this. You know, some people have lists. Some people do meditation. Some people just have like meditation as in physical, you know, yoga or something like that. Some people just do sit down, like I do sit downs. Some people have dream boards and things like that. Their goal list, the things that they're working towards, and you know, the things that they're currently overcome. You know, like here's my goal list that I'm currently working on, but here's the list of goals that I've already achieved in my life. And
that's it.
If you can reflect back on the steps you've taken, you know, in any form, that becomes a list of gratitude. And it's important to see that on a regular basis, just to keep you grounded mentally, keep you positive, keep you strong, and help you build the momentum and the strength to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Because realistically, that's what it is. It's the fact that we're feeling weak, we're feeling tired, we feel like life has happened to us, and therefore the next step is so difficult because we're already drained from the battle that we're currently, that we're still in. We've already worked so hard.
The resistance that you're facing today.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I have to get up and do it again. Like, I've already done that for the last X amount of years. It's like, no. What you've done over the last X amount of years is built the strength of every day. You've come back and you've gotten stronger. And so today is the strongest you've ever been, because it's equal to all of the days that you've lived up until now. You're as smart as you've ever been. You're as strong as you've ever been.
You've got the most experience of whatever it is you're doing than you've ever had before.
Yeah. So take that and go and smash today,